Hey up guys, welcome to part 7. Yeah. So I've taken the door cards off, all the back seats now out. I've painted the boot well. I've sorted most of the wires out. I think I know what goes where. There's still a few that are just beyond me. This didn't go anywhere, but it appears that it once did go somewhere. So yeah, I'm going to wait until I start putting it back together. I've run the sub amp cable in. May as well do it while it's out. All the vents and everything back in now. The tow eye, I've chopped off a Mark 6 front end. So I've chopped that off. Haven't put it on yet, just lined it up. So it's got to go there. So I've lined it up ready. Yeah, should weld on fine. I've got to take this bracket off that holds the radiator on. I'm going to see if I've got one in the shed as well, because this one's had a knock. This is where it's been bumped. So it's had a knock on this side. Taken the tow eye, knocked this up. Chassis looks pretty straight. There's no sort of concerns there. Yeah, so I'm going to get that off. Managed to find a bumper with the lights. £42 on eBay. Bargain. I do have another one in the shed, the original one, so it's just for the spare lights really, because I know some of my lights are cracked. Took the morettes off. I'm going to tidy all these little areas up. So that area in particular. Yeah. It's been a while since I put the tow eye on. I've started doing the bodywork, so there was a dent there, and there was a little bit of sort of surface rust coming through. Sealed in the front panel where, you know, little scabs were forming and things like that. Tow eyes on. I put the bumper to line it on and then welded it on from the underneath. The bracket, I haven't got a replacement. The 1.8 bracket is bigger than the 1.6, bigger radiator, so therefore further down. I'm gonna have to put that on my list of things to find. Bonnet had a dent in it, so filled and primed. Started rubbing down the car, only the front areas really. Haven't really spent too much time doing it. Door had a massive dent in it, so I got what I can from the back and then skim a filler over the top. That's not finished yet, I've still got to work on that. There was a dent right about here, I think it was. Filled, smoothed. There was a dent here and here. Rust scabs under the seal, they always go here. This was the worst one here, so I've ground all the rust off. Put some inhibitor on and primed it. I've obviously got to put a bit of filler in there. When I put the seal on, I'm going to seal the seal on, if that makes sense. This fuel filler area, just get out of the glare of the sun. I think I've got it as good as I'm going to with my tools. I think I've done pretty well on that. I put a bit of paint on just to see the high spots. There is one sort of there in the corner of where the panel was welded. Maybe here. Somewhere there. Got to keep telling myself it's only an Escort. There was a dent here, which has been filled, and there was a dent on the front wing right about here. Still got to carry on rubbing it down. Look at this overspray. It's not me, guys. I haven't done any red on this. My idea of having these bump strips removed is not going to work because they've left them on to paint it. So the paint's run down and collected behind, so there's a big raised bit where the strip would go. I'm going to have to put the strips back. I simply do not have the time or the patience. I'll get it as good as I can, you know, but leaving the strips off, you're going to be able to see that. This was the spoiler I was going to use. It's an aftermarket spoiler. I think it's plastic though. It's not. I don't think it's fiberglass. It's very similar to the Mark 5 RS2000 spoiler. You know, with this little kind of raised bit, except the middle bit's missing. But I'm not going to be using that. I managed to find a new, genuine, old stock spoiler for the Mark 5 Cabriolet. Even the correct date on it. You know, it matches my old one. This is the old one, all bent, all warped. Loads of stress cracks in it. Ready for the bin. Started rubbing down all the bits I'll be using, trying to keep them all together. The morettes needed a little bit of repair, so I fiberglassed those up. There was a big crack on the bottom of this one, so they're good now. RS2000 side skirts are going up. There is a raised bit there on the one side, but for £10 I'm not going to moan. So yeah, all started to rub down quite nicely. Again, using 600 and 800 grit. Hopefully the next video you will start seeing some paint coming on the car. I will paint it here. I know it's not ideal, but I'm going to use the ramps to create almost like a tent, if you like. Use some polythene strips and bring them out from the ramps. Those little bits I'm going to take in the shed and paint those in one go. See how the paint goes on. In case there's any sort of reactions, because I don't know what paint they've used, and it has been painted before, so I'm going to try it with those bits first and see where I go. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.